Hello and welcome to our latest unboxing video. I'm Eliza here at the Hatfield Public Library with a box of mostly adult fiction with some nonfiction mixed in. So I'll start with The Top of the World by Ethan Joella. This is by the author of A Little Hope and the Same Bright Stars. I've never read one of his books. Um, this is about a young woman searching for answers about her brother's last days. Um, hmm. So I'm a little confused. He had a devastating diagnosis. This is 1975. He leaves home and then he dies, and I guess he's just trying to figure out what happened. So I assume he died from whatever the diagnosis was. We don't know. It doesn't say. You have to read the book. We have A Murder in Springtime by Martin Walker. It's a Bruno Chief of Police novel. I haven't read any of the series, but I hear they're fun. Definitely has a little like small town cozy vibe if you're looking for that. This is a big one. We have the new book by Daniel Mason, who wrote what was it? Oh, North Woods, which everybody wanted for ages. There was like a whole list for ages. So this one's called Country People. It's got two dogs on the front, which I think people are gonna like. It's a year in the life of a family as they strike out for the unknown. Huh. It's about it's a family. They seem like the parents are professors. They're a bit lost. Um, and, huh, this is like a little hard to summarize what's happening here. It seems complicated, but that's not a knock on it. I mean, like that's what we want, right? A lot of different dimensions. We have Amy Bloom, Blunt Instrument. This is on my list. I've actually never read Amy Bloom. I think she generally writes like more like slice of life maybe type novels, but this is a whodunit, a a bludgeoned professor. They say, who is very grumpy, and the murder weapon is a bronze bust of Nathaniel Hawthorne. And so the detective is a failed English professor turned self-taught private detective. So I'm into this. I think it sounds like a fun setup, and I like that I sense that there's going to be some humor. We have Storm Tide by Paul Doran. Lots of holds on this one. It's part of the Mike Bowditch series. Ooh, another one from my list. We have Heather by Cailtlin Mullen. Got like a little bit of a creepy element going on in this cover. It's a little hard to figure out what's going on, but there's a forest and there's red and there's a jewel. So another detective, a small town detective, reopens a cold case, sending shockwaves across generations. Takes place in 1990. Oh, and then in the same town years later. So I guess the novel itself takes place in the present day. Um, both sisters disappear. So two twin 16-year-old sisters disappear, and then 20 years later, they're trying to figure out what happened. If there's a copy available, I think I'm going to take that one and maybe the Amy Bloom on vacation with me. But obviously, if they're not checked out, Cross My Heart, I Hope You Die. Ooh, harsh. Mallory Arnold. Hmm. Intriguing. One isolated cabin, one cheating boyfriend, one plan to get even. Oh. Oh, I do remember this one. So, three women discover they're dating the same man, and then they lure him to a romantic getaway in a secluded cabin. Um, but then someone else is there murdering people, or I don't know. There's some twist where it all goes wrong. Jessica Knoll, Helpless. This has gotten really good reviews. Um, so a smoldering erotic thriller. Wow, with a singular mind-bending twist. Oh, wow. So she broke this guy's heart. Now she's part of a Hollywood power duo, and he's running his family business. Then they cross paths. Hmm. Oh my God. And then he kidnaps her? I mean, that's a twist right there. I didn't expect the like, oh, they meet again after all these years, and then he like kidnaps her. So I'm already intrigued. We have Wisdom Creek I'm sorry, Wisdom Corner. And this is by David Heska Wanbli Weiden. I really love the cover on this one. It's a new thriller about life and death on the Rosebud Reservation. Virgil, wounded horse, is desperately trying to escape his past as a hired vigilante on the Reservation. Um, but then a hired vigilante. I don't really understand what that even means. There's a lot going on. It sounds like there's gang warfare, someone gets murdered, there's an election, there's injustice at the native boarding school. So that says gritty realism of Dashiell Hammett with the lyricism of Tommy Orange. I did enjoy Tommy Orange book. Oh, we have a new Sigrid Nunez. I will come back to you. Um, this is short stories. They wrote. I feel like they're always trying to hide when they're short stories. Like they wrote it so you can just barely see it. I'm a huge Sigrid Nunez fan. Again, short stories don't circulate as well at the library, but I was actually super excited to find out that I am not the only Sigrid Nunez fan because there's a lot of holds on this book, even though it is short stories. And I am definitely there for. I mean, both her more recent novels tend to be pretty sparse anyway, so I think that short stories will be a great fit. The Death Row Club by V.A. Vazquez. Sorry. I just get thrown by the names. A thriller about a woman invited to an annual weekend getaway for the adult children of serial killers. Oh, and then one of the participants ends up dead, so they wonder if someone is carrying on the family tradition. Yeah. I remember reading about this one. I feel like I read a review that basically was like, if you read the first page, like you're just gonna stay up all night reading the whole thing. So maybe that would be a good vacation book. If you like are gonna have that amount of time in your vacation. It might not be a good vacation book if you would end up like ignoring your family and hiding someplace to read. But either way, it's a good recommendation. We have A Flower Traveled in My Blood. I said there was going to be nonfiction, and this might actually be the only nonfiction, but it's the incredible true story of the grandmothers who fought to find a stolen generation of children. And it takes place in Argentina under the military dictatorship. So that's just devastating. Tons of people disappeared, and they never knew what happened to them. Yeah, so this is a nonfiction book about that. It was a New York Times notable book of the year. Two more books. We have The Moon Singers by Robyn Pritzker, a cozy fairy tale. So this is a new thing we're getting, like fantasy that's a little more on the cozy side. Lots of times there's a romantic element. So it says in a quiet glen beyond the reach of the railway lives a peculiar family who knows the best magic is the kind found in ordinary moments. Oh, sounds like it takes place in a small town. Um, so this sounds like more of a change from, like some of the more fast-paced books. I think for someone who's looking for something a little more comforting and, not super high stakes. Last of all, we have Annabel Monaghan, Dolly all the time. So she's sort of like a romance women's fiction writer. It says, if they start by pretending, can they end with something real? Oh, that's such a classic romance novel setup. Um, so she's what is her job? I don't know. I don't know. For some reason, she arranges a handsome rich man, and he's on the wrong end of a very humiliating public breakup, and so they arrange to fake date, and she starts to feel something more. That's it. That's my whole box of books. I will be back soon with more.